Wait. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Double Take Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan, and I'm with my co-host, Marissa. That sounds a little shady, by the way. Can I just say, when I say co-host, I just mean you're also the host. We're equal.
Right. We're both co-hosts.
It's like The Office when they're like, we're co-managers together.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like Michael Scott stepping over your feet.
I'm your assistant too.
I just want to start this podcast off by saying it's a great time to be a Padres fan. San Diego, the drought is over. We have finally had our first no-hitter in Major League history. Marissa, what was I didn't get to watch the game. Did you get a chance to catch the no-hitter?
I did watch the game. I believe my dad was watching the whole thing. And then around like the 5th inning, I started seeing shit on Twitter about like, something's a brewing. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? So then I look and I was like, oh shit. So I saw like the second half of the game. It was really cool. It's a shame it couldn't have happened like here, but I mean, still, it doesn't even fucking matter.
You know what else hasn't happened in Padres history? Us World Series. So I feel like this is a blessing. Finally, that happened. And now, and am I reading too much into this? Because again, I'm not great when it comes to the baseball side of things. How good are the Texas Rangers? Because the Padres looked absolutely dominant in this series, Marissa. How good are the Texas Rangers? Are they more bottom of the barrel?
The Texas Rangers are not great, but with that being said, though, a no-hitter is still fucking no-hitter. That's still really hard to do. And honestly, he was damn near close getting a perfect game. I believe the only batter he allowed on base was a guy that was hit by a pitch. But other than that, it's not like he like actually walked the guy. So it was like he was pretty close to getting a perfect game. I mean, either way, like to pitch a no-hitter in general is crazy. So great for him. I don't think you're reading too much into it at all. I think that it's great that he was the one that was able to do it. And also I think it's great that they're like now breaking these like fucking generational droughts of cool things like that. So I think this is the closest, like this, if there's any team that could win the World Series that the Padres have had, it's definitely this one. And I think this one is gonna I think this probably put them over the edge because they're like, oh shit, like we're actually doing stuff and we're like a week into the season. Like, it's crazy.
What impressed me is how great the bullpen's been playing. I mean, 2 shutouts against the Rangers in the series. I mean, we're only 10 games in. We have 152 more to go. But, man, I cannot wait for the Padres to play the Dodgers, man. That first series is going to tell everything. Because, unfortunately, the Dodgers are still a game up, man. The Dodgers still look elite. But, man, I mean, I think everyone in Major League Baseball is probably rooting for the Padres to upset the Dodgers this year. I don't think anyone wants LA back to the – I mean, how nice would it be if San Diego wins a championship? Can we get one, guys? One?
Okay, like, truthfully, I'm obviously not a Padres fan. I think it would be really fucking cool.
I mean, you got Tati. So it'd be great for the MLB, too, because Tati's is the new face, for sure. And, oh, my God, ticket sales would be insane. That because ownership definitely, they spent a bag. They got Machado. They spent – a fortune on the bullpen. They're really trying to be the team in San Diego. And unfortunately for the Chargers, I don't know why I always relate things back to the Chargers. Unfortunately for them, dude, if the Padres win a World Series, they're never coming back to San Diego because this will be the Padres town.
Yeah.
So
that'd be really cool. I think if there's any team that the Padres have had in recent years, this is absolutely the time that it would happen for them. And I hope it does, truthfully.
Marissa, do you think there's any chance, and I mean, this is a crazy question to ask, is there any chance for the Padres to win the NL West this year?
There's a chance. I will say there's a chance. Will it happen? I don't know. But they have a better chance than the Giants do. I would 1,000% say there's a chance for them.
Do you think the Giants
I wouldn't rule that out.
Because right now, I mean, again, only 10 games. I always overthink things when it comes to baseball. They're number 3 right now. I mean, the Giants, they're over 500. Do you think you see the Giants sneaking in as a wild card?
I could see that. I could definitely see that. Yeah, again, so as far as winning the NL West, that's not happening for the Giants. I think Giants fans have accepted that. I've personally accepted that. But, again, I could see the Padres sneaking in. I still kind of think the Dodgers are going to win it, but I think the Padres will be the only people that are the only team that's close. But I can see the Giants sneaking in for a wild card. I can definitely see that. For one, Buster last year opted out of the season because of fucking Corona. So shout out to him. Right. So he's back now. So for one, that's really doing a lot of favors because right now there's a lot of young guys on the team. And so Buster is like a good veteran to have there to help out these younger guys who are trying to figure it out. And he's already had 2 home runs on the season already. So, you know, he's obviously he's getting up there, but he's still fucking producing. So that's cool to have him back. And you know, there's a couple other guys that are back. Johnny Cueto, who pitched their opening day last Friday, and he's been great. He was recovering last year, and he was able to pitch 2 solid games already, and led them to the sweep this past weekend. But yeah, so there's some good guys that are coming back, and there's some younger guys that are coming up that I think will continue to develop. And I don't think the wild card is out of the question. I do not see them winning the NL West though.
Yeah, I mean, man, it's a rough being a San Diego fan right now if you're a Chargers and you know, Padres fan, because you have 2 freaking titans. You have 2, like, let's be honest here, the Chiefs are the team to beat in the AFC. You have you have Patrick Mahomes in your division, and then you also have the Dodgers, who are absolutely stacked.
Right.
But I think the Chargers and both the Chargers and the Padres have going for them. They have very talented rosters, very young rosters, and also they got 2 absolute studs out there. Even though Tatis is injured for the moment, but you know what? I think Tatis can go take his time. I want him back healthy because we're gonna need him later on in the season. Also,
and I think
sorry, go ahead.
Side note, I was going to say, I think the Padres are lucky too that they're able to, definitely don't rush Tatis back, but also that they have the depth to where they don't need him back right away, and they're able to like get him that time versus being like, when is he coming back? When is he coming back? Obviously, fans want to see him back, but like they have guys able to fill in those positions and be really probably starters on other teams. So exactly. So they're obviously missing him, but they're not taking a total loss. So it's good because it gives him more time to focus on getting healthy.
Absolutely. You know what? It's been the joke for so long. Padres have the best farm system, but they just can't take advantage of it. But at least now we're seeing the depth. Man, I don't know what it is about San Diego teams. And you know, I'm gonna say it. The Chargers are a San Diego team, whether you like it or not.
I see them as that. Yeah.
Injuries are always I don't know what it is about San Diego. We can't keep our players healthy because our pitcher Morjan is he's out. I don't know how long. I'm gonna look that up real quick. But all I know is we had an injury today.
Was he pitching today?
Yeah, he was the starter actually today.
Oh, I see.
Pulling it up. Very professional podcast, folks. See, I'm not great. See, if this was football, it'd be off the top of my head. I'm not the greatest. Adrian Morjan. The thing that sucks is he only threw 16 pitches.
Oh, whoa. Wait, what happened?
Yeah, I mean, we still pitched a shutout, which is good.
Yeah. Well, see, and there you go. That again shows how great their bullpen is. That fucking 16 pitches in, the starting pitcher comes out, and they're still able to pitch a shutout. It's really cool.
I'm trying to see his injury, like the timeline.
That's really weird. Something must have, maybe he landed wrong or something. That's weird that so quickly.
It is very interesting. And you know what? To be honest, let me go to a San Diego news outlet. So they're still evaluating his injury, but you know what? To be honest, I'm glad it's not like, you know, during the playoffs last year where 2 of our starters went out right before the series with the Dodgers. That would have been rough. So for the love of, get your injuries out early, Padres. Get them out early.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Like, even Tatis going down now, which thankfully it doesn't look like it's going to be anything crazy. He doesn't need surgery or anything like that. But like the fact that it happened sooner rather than, mid-season playoffs, you know, it's better that it happens now.
Absolutely. Do you have anything more on the baseball side, Marissa?
I don't really think so. Since we last recorded, the Giants only had 1 series, which again they swept.
Way to go.
Yeah. Pretty solid stuff, nothing crazy, just barely getting done, like 3-1 scores like across the board. Pretty, run of the mill games, but still sweep. So I'm fine with it.
You know what, the Padres, man, I don't know if it's a mental thing, but either our bullpen absolutely shuts them down and we're barely scoring 2 or 3 runs, or it's like Slam Diego. It's insane. Like, it's insane. We won the no-hitter 3-0, and then we go up. Then we win 7-4, and then we win 2-0. Yeah.
Oh shit.
The Padres, man. They that's the only thing that scares me, man. I think it's a mental thing. They stop hitting, or they don't feel the. But also, it's a good thing. Maybe when they feel the pressure, that's when the bats start going. But I'm happy right now. They're 7-3. Great way to start off the season. I can't stress this enough. That Dodgers, that first series, I'm gonna be watching that one close. I might even sit down and watch part of a game.
When is that series?
I gotta look. Let me look it up.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think. I don't even know when the Giants play the Dodgers. That has to be coming up soon here too.
Let me look it up. Thank God, like podcasting was developed like during like the internet age. Can you imagine like being on the radio doing sports talk and you don't have like Google ahead in front of you? You gotta like know that you gotta get the freaking paper out. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I was gonna say you gotta bring out today's newspaper.
Okay, so the Padres have a 4-game road set in Pittsburgh against the Pirates, and then the Dodgers. So we have 4 games against the Pirates. How are again, guys, I'm terrible when it comes to baseball. How are the Pirates? Can you give me a good, bad?
The Pirates, I believe, are pretty solid. I'm trying to think. They're definitely not bad. I would say the Texas Rangers are worse from what I know. But again, okay, yeah, the Pirates won today. They beat the Cubs 7-1.
Ooh, okay,
so
that's
there
pretty
you go.
Good.
Yeah.
By the way, the Dodgers series, good luck San Diego getting tickets to that because it's on a weekend. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series against the Dodgers in Petco Park. Good luck getting tickets. I'm gonna have to hit up my dad, see if he can scalp some, or I might have to find a very friendly old man who's into young boys.
and then give me that old man's number though, because I'll probably
if he's not okay. I'll give you. I'll wear a wig. Tell me you can bring your other friend.
The Pirates beat the Cubs yesterday, also 8-2. So the Pirates are on a little run here.
They're going for it, man.
Yeah. So that should be fun.
Good luck, Those games are always interesting. Even last year, I watched the few Padre games I watched. It was usually against the Pirates, and they played them pretty good. So, interesting game. So we got the Pirates the next 4 games, and then that home series against the Dodgers. Man, if we could at least win 1 game, I'd be happy. If we could win that series, that'd be amazing. I mean, we're not sweeping the Dodgers, but it'd be nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, are you ready to get into the NFL?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's go.
So here's what I did. So because last week you had like 10 fucking mock drafts, what I did is because I figured whatever ones you made would have some crazy fucking trades. I just did one straight through. I did a straight through, like let's say, and I know no trades are gonna happen. There's obviously gonna be trades, but I just made one straight through, like the picks as they are.
Well, that's actually what I wanted to do. I want to do 1 mock draft with trades and 1 mock draft with no trades.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know trades.
And do we want to go straight into the mock draft, or do you actually let's go straight into the mock draft because I love these mock drafts.
Yeah, and then like the conversation will kind of go from there. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to 14 picks. We're gonna go to the Vikings.
Okay.
And don't worry, I'll get the 14th one. I'm gonna give you the odd ones so you can pick for the 49ers. I'll let you pick for the 49ers.
Okay.
I've heard some mock drafts where they're taking Justin Fields over Zach Wilson, which to be honest, if I'm starting in New York, I'd rather have Justin Fields just because he's played at Ohio State. He's at a higher level. And to me, he's a more freak athlete. But I like Zach Wilson too. I just don't understand why Justin Fields were just throwing him away like chopped liver. Like clearly he's the number 2 quarterback in this draft class. Yeah. Don't at me. Like I said, he is this year's Justin Herbert. People are doubting him. They're saying, oh, he can't, he's inconsistent. He can't step up. But then you watch him in that Clemson game, and I'm like, are you guys not seeing the tape? He ran a 4.44. He's got abs like he looks like an athlete,
Right. Yeah, I think the Jets would be crazy to pass up on Wilson, but I think that if they do, they go Justin Fields, but okay.
See, this is
okay.
the
So I'm
problem
taking the odd ones.
Yes. So that's the problem with the New York media is once they get something in their head, they can't let it go, like and to be honest, I mean, it's a good thing too, because I feel like the New York media was really fair to Darnold. I mean, I even heard a lot of people wanted to keep Darnold. So we will see. Okay. All right, hold on. I'm writing it all out right now. Again, very professional. First three.
I just have it in my notes app, so I'm not that far off.
Absolutely. I'm abbreviating the cities now. Man, if Bengals take Jamar Chase, I really hope they take Jamar Chase, because then I think Penei Sewell will be available at 13, but then the Chargers could trade up.
Right.
Or they can get Rashawn Slater. So I have more on that later, but we'll okay. Man, I think Atlanta should just take Kyle Pitts. See, that's the problem when you have generational talents in drafts. Sometimes you pick a player that's going to be amazing for your team, but it might not be the best need,
Right, but you're just taking it because you're like, well, I gotta fucking take this.
Yeah,
guy.
it's an insane. Like Dallas wants to trade up for Kyle Pitts. They do not like.
Sure.
If you're Dallas, right, you gotta score 40 points to win with your defense, man. So they're like, you know what? We're gonna go all offense. Screw it. But man,
right,
dude, I'm not gonna lie though. If Kyle Pitts goes to Dallas, I'm picking up Dak Prescott on my fantasy team for sure.
Shit.
There's no way.
Yeah.
That's number one offense, by the way.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, I'm almost. I should have just had this written out. God, I'm terrible. I should have this memorized too. The draft board. I've been making so many mocks.
I literally fucking worked on this mock for like 2 hours.
Jesus, you went deep.
I literally went all 32 fucking picks. Like I just went through the fucking shit.
All 30. I just want to do top 14 now. I don't care if the Bucks are picking at 32 or what Kansas City is picking up.
Well, I was like, I should go 15. And then I was like, you know what? I went 15. Let's just go all the fucking way. Let's just see in my fucking fucked up no trade draft how this would go. Yeah, it was not fun. Once I got past like 14, 15, I was like, this is so stupid. I was like, this is so dumb. What am I doing?
Yeah, I know all the because it's not that I'm not great with college football either, so I don't know a lot of the prospects. And I know what most teams need, but the first 14 I know very well, too much. But anyway, Marissa, you have the very first pick of the draft. Who are the Jags drafting?
Trevor Lawrence, obviously. I think that's pretty. I think most people would say that. I think that's kind of, I don't know why they wouldn't take him at this point. I think that's pretty self-explanatory.
Trevor Lawrence is literally going to be franchise proof. I think you can literally put him anywhere and he'll be successful. He is, to me, he looks like Justin Herbert. Not just because of the long hair, but he's fast. He can throw on the run. First off, anyone who thought Justin Herbert was going to be a bust did not watch his tape. The dude is mobile. He can throw the ball. Trevor Lawrence is the exact same way. And to be honest, Trevor Lawrence has even 80% of Justin Herbert's rookie season, they're going to be satisfied. I think he will. He's one of the best prospects to come out. And, Chris Sims, analyst who was high on Herbert last year, had Wilson over Lawrence. Let's stop with that. Let's not get cute. Any team in the NFL, unless you have, a Herbert, a Mahomes, a Rodgers, would take this kid. He's a beast. He's going to be a star in the NFL. Okay. Number 2, the Jets. My rule for this mock draft is I think of 2 things. 1, what are these teams really going to take? And 2, if this is someone they could take, who's the best talent?
Yeah.
If I was being honest,
I
like Justin Fields better. He is like Cam Newton with a better arm. He is fast. He is strong. He can throw on the run. He has great leadership. And people are like, he can't look past his first reads. I watched that Clemson game. He was going to his 4th reads, man. And I think there's a little meddling going on. I think someone in the top 10 and 12. I was actually listening to the Pat McAfee show, and they theorized that Bill Belichick's just behind the scenes. This Justin Fields kid isn't good. So they can trade down. So he falls high enough where they can trade down without giving up too much.
He has burner accounts on Twitter and Instagram, just shit talking.
I love Justin Fields more than Zach Wilson because Justin Fields feels like a better natural athlete than Wilson. And while, there's tons of most quarterbacks who are great right now went to a smaller school, I just like Justin Fields better. He looks what the NFL is. But that being said, it's the New York media. So at number 2, I think the Jets are going to take Zach Wilson, who I still think can be great. But Robert Saleh, man, that's the X factor. Yeah. I mean, I think the Jets actually have a decent roster and their GM can draft really well, but we will see, man. It's all about that coaching.
Okay. Yeah, I had the Jets taking Zach Wilson too. Okay.
Mac Jones.
And here's the 49ers better fucking draft Justin Fields. I swear to God. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna literally cry. Okay, but here's the thing. So obviously I want them to take Justin Fields, but let's say again, I have the Jets taking Zach Wilson, but let's say they did end up taking Fields instead. I don't think they're gonna do it, but let's say they did, then I think at that point the Niners have to go Zach Wilson or Trey Lance. I kind of feel like they would go Zach Wilson at that point. At that point, I don't give a shit. They're both solid fucking picks, but just not Mac Jones. Not Mac Jones. That's it.
He has a dad bod. He looks terrible. Like Brady didn't have a dad bod. He was just skinny. I really see Kyle Shanahan wants Mac Jones, and that bothers me. I mean, dude, you saw his pro day. You saw him overthrowing receivers like Jimmy G in the Super Bowl. Come on.
Right. See, this is what I'm saying. Mac Jones is fucking Jimmy G 2.0. Like, we did that. Didn't work out. Let's move on.
It's better for Mac Jones, to be honest, if he falls. Because then I think he could, if he falls out of the first round, I don't think anyone's taking him until New England. If New England can get him, I think they take him. He works great in the Belichick system. He is a great system quarterback. He will not win you games. Why did the 49ers want to move off Jimmy G? Number 1, injury, right? He's glass, right? That's what they want to move on. Number 2, he's a physically limited quarterback, and he works great in the Shanahan system, but he is physically limiting, and you're going to take the most physically limited quarterback in the draft. Phillip Rivers has more mobility than Mac Jones right now. You might as well knock on old Phil's door to go play. 49ers are a win-now roster, and I'm sorry, you need someone who can play now. And to your point, Trey Lance to me is extremely talented, but to me, he's like Josh Allen. A lot of raw talent needs coaching.
Yeah.
I don't think Trey Lance could play this year. I don't think he can. I'm not saying he couldn't, but Trey Lance could. I don't want to put him in. Justin Fields, you could play right now. I could totally see him playing right now.
Exactly.
So I like Justin Fields or Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance has a higher ceiling, but I think Justin Fields is a more ready to go quarterback. To be honest, they could easily make a run in the playoffs with the Justin Fields. Because I think Jimmy G, they're going to start him. He's going to get hurt by week 2. Or, and this is the absolute best case scenario for the Niners. Say Jimmy G starts and they start, 6-3, right? They start 6-3 with Jimmy G.
Okay.
They're easily getting a first-round pick for him. They trade him, they get a first-round pick. Boom, put in Justin Fields.
There you go. I agree.
You're telling me the Bears wouldn't take the phone call? You think Andy Dalton's the solution? You're telling me Denver wouldn't take Jimmy G right now over Drew Lock? You're telling me Denver in a division with Derek Carr, Patrick Mahomes, and Daddy freaking Herbert wouldn't want a quarterback that can at least compete?
Yeah,
There's so many teams that need a quarterback. You're telling me you're telling me Booty Scoot and Cam Newton ain't going to get hurt? You're telling me Bill Belichick wouldn't give a first to get Jimmy G back? So yeah,
I think Jimmy G going back is a real possibility for sure.
All right, it's my turn now. Atlanta. See, every fiber of my being says Atlanta should pick right now. Should trade their pick, right? If there were trades allowed in this mock draft, I would trade because I'm sorry, Atlanta. You need a defense. Matt Ryan is just not the problem. He's really not.
Yeah,
their line is decent, so I don't think they'd be taking a Penei Sewell. The problem is you can't justify taking there's no Chase Young in this draft. There's no insane defensive talent that's going to be transcending. I hate to do this.
I think you have the same pick I do though.
They got to take Kyle Pitts. I'm sorry. They got to take Kyle Pitts. He's that good. Atlanta is going to go the Dallas route. They're just going to score 80-point game. Here's what Atlanta needs to do, okay? At halftime, they got to look at the scoreboard and flip the score. They got to pretend mentally that they're down 3 scores. So that way they don't. I thought the Chargers were bad at blowing leads. Then I saw the Falcons. But Kyle Pitts, listen to this receiving core. Julio Jones, he has health concerns, but he's a top 5 receiver. Calvin Ridley, top 10 receiver, who could easily be a top 5. And then you get Kyle Pitts. What are we talking about? Who are you going to guard? Who are you going to guard? Who are you going to guard? Dude, Matt Ryan is going to make an MVP run if he gets Kyle Pitts. I strongly believe they're going to trade out. I don't think they get Trey Lance. If I'm being honest, I don't think they get Trey Lance because Matt Ryan's got 2 more years on his deal, right? And Matt Ryan's a top 10 quarterback. Why would you get rid of Matt Ryan? He is not the reason you're losing. You guys have a paper thin defense. So I'm taking Kyle Pitts at 4. And then Marissa, go for Cincinnati. Who are they grabbing? Are the Bengals going to bangle or are they going to make the smart pick?
So, again, this is a mock with no trades. So you might die when I say this, but again, this is a mock with no trades. I think they take Penei Sewell.
That, to be honest, that is the smart trade. Sorry for them. You got to get Penei Sewell. Did you see Joe Burrow get absolutely annihilated? They did not spend money on the O-line. And to be honest with the Chargers, we're a left tackle away from having a great O-line, right? We just need that left tackle. And the thing I love about this draft is it's tackle deep. So you have the Chargers pick, but that's a point I wanted to make. I think if Penei Sewell and Rashawn Slater are gone, I firmly believe the best thing the Chargers could do would be to trade back, maybe get an extra 2nd-round pick. If they could trade back and get a 2nd-round pick, they can get a really good corner in the first, or they could either get a really good corner in the 1st round, which I think if they say they trade back, I'm trying to think of teams that might want to trade back and get like a better player. But if they could trade back 5 or 6 spots, they could probably get whatever good tackles next. They could easily probably get in that spot. And then they could go 2 corner. You get 2 2nd-round corners in this draft would be amazing. Or you get a stud corner in the 1st round. Then you get 2 more picks. You get your tackle, and then you can even why not go guard? Get some depth too. Yeah. So I think I 100% agree. Bengals fans, make some calls. Do not let them get Ja'Marr Chase. I get it. He's a great talent.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert were the hits of last draft. I saw Joe Burrow play. Kid can play. You need to get him protection or else he's going to be like Andrew Luck, just beaten up and done, okay? Get Burrow. Look at what the Chargers did. Look at what the Chargers did in free agency. They made Corey Linsley the highest paid center in football. They got 2 really good guards. Like, the Chargers are trying to protect Justin Herbert. Say what you want about the Bolts. They're trying to protect Herbert. So anyway, my pick, Miami. This one's a no-brainer. I thought Kyle Pitts might fall. If Atlanta traded, I think Kyle Pitts would have fallen to this point because I don't think Cincinnati's going to get Ja'Marr Chase or a Penei Sewell. I think Miami is going to get Ja'Marr Chase. And here's why. If Tua doesn't get to the playoffs with this roster, he's out.
Yeah.
Tua was the least impressive rookie to me because I guarantee you, if the Dolphins take Herbert, they're in the playoffs. They're 12-14 with Herbert.
Yeah.
They ain't putting in Ryan Fitzpatrick when you got Justin Herbert. Tua, I think, has potential. I really do. He's very accurate. He's a good leader. He's a good guy in the locker room, but he's not athletic. He doesn't have a cannon for an arm. I just don't see a lot of special with Tua. Like, Josh Allen struggled, but you look at him like, dude, that dude's got a cannon. There's potential, Tua was winning games throwing less than 100 yards, and I'm sorry, that's not how you win in the NFL. Because my thinking is this. How is the team going to look when you got to pay the guy? I guarantee when the Chargers have to pay Justin Herbert, he's still going to be winning games. Because Justin Herbert can make magic happen on his own. The Bengals, when they got to pay Burrow, he's going to be great still. because he makes plays happen. Tua does not make plays happen. He can go off script. And I'm sorry, you have a great coach. Brian Flores is an amazing coach. You have a top 10 defense, and you have a pretty good – they're not stacked offensively, but they got some weapons. Yeah. They got Devontae Parker, who's amazing. He's a great top 15 receiver. You got Will Fuller, who, when healthy, is a burner. You got Mike Gesicki, who's a great tight end. And then I don't know who the running back's good. I don't know the running back off the top of my head. So you get Jamar Chase. You have a stacked receiver core, decent O-line, and you have a great defense. And if Tua can't win, he's gone. He's definitely gone.
I agree.
And with the trade that they made with the 49ers, they have extra first-round picks, so they can go maybe potentially trade for a quarterback, or they could draft one, they can move up, or, maybe they can get an agent quarterback. Or they bring Ryan Fitzmagic back and win a Super Bowl. Come on, guys. Should not have cut Fitzmagic. The dude was spectacular. All right.
Okay.
So you're on with the Lions.
Okay.
With Anthony Lynn as the offensive coordinator. And a head coach that wants to bite your kneecaps off, and Jared Goff. Fix this dysfunction with a first-round pick.
Okay, so I think that – so I had the Dolphins picking Jamar Chase too. I think that if they didn't, I could see the Lions going Jamar Chase. But, again, because they're already off, I see Jalen Waddle. What are your thoughts?
You got to give – I 1,000% like this pick. They got to go receiver.
Yeah.
Their defense needs a lot of help, but it's a deep draft. This is a very talented draft. I think it goes pretty deep. Mm-hmm. You can't get Jared Goff with that O-line and no weapons. Kenny G's gone. Who?
Yeah.
They got a great tight end, and DeAndre Swift is very good. They got a decent O-line, a great tight end, and a good running back. They have no number one receiver. Yeah. They need to give Jared Goff because they're going to look really dumb.
Yeah.
When actually, I think they have a first rounder later because the Rams traded their first round pick. They have a first rounder later, right?
They do. I believe
they can address the defense later in the first round, which is a smart thing to do. This team could get good very quickly. This team could get very good very quickly. They have a lot of picks. You're going to look so dumb when Matthew Stafford is getting MVP votes and the Rams are leading the – I'm sorry, I have the Rams winning the NFC West because I don't know what's going on in San Francisco. They might take Mac Jones. I think the Seahawks are still good, and I think Arizona's still a year or two off. But they're going to look real dumb if Matty Stafford is slinging the ball and they still got anyone. Okay. This pick is – extremely hard to pick for me.
Me too.
Because Trey Lance is still on that board.
Exactly.
And if you talked to me a week ago, before they got Sam Darnold, this might not sound realistic, but here's why I am going to go. The Carolina Panthers, with the 8th pick in the draft, select Trey Lance.
Me too. I thought I was.
Okay, here's why. I feel bad for Darnold, right?
Yeah.
And I really think this is very unlikely to happen now.
Yeah.
Just because, they got Darnold, right? They got him, and he's been so beat up in New York. They want to build him up, right? They clearly like Sam Darnold.
Right.
But in a year, they either have to exercise his 5th-year option or they got to pay him.
Exactly.
Here's why here's how I would sell it to Sam. Be like, Sam, listen, we got you this, we got you through the trade. We're going to have to pay you next year, right? If things don't shake out, we don't want to be screwed, but if you do great, we will trade Trey Lance, right? Because here's what you could do easily. I heard it's not a great draft next year for quarterbacks. You develop Trey Lance, you got him in your back pocket. It'd be like the Packers right now. They could go trade Jordan Love. They could get something for him. Yeah. They could trade Trey Lance. If Sam Darnold sucks, boom, you got Trey Lance. Now, in all fairness, they should take Rashawn Slater and make that line great. I mean, Sam Darnold, it's better than the Jets line, but that's not saying much.
Yeah.
But I fundamentally believe Trey Lance, it's a good move. It's a security option because Carolina, since Cam Newton, has not had a great track record when it comes to quarterbacks. They need a guy that could possibly be a franchise guy. I think Sam Darnold could be easily, but Sam Darnold doesn't pan out.
Mm-hmm.
You cut him.
And they just don't know. Exactly.
Yeah, they don't know. They just met the guy. He hasn't gotten practice, nothing. So Trey Lance as a security blanket. Interesting you also picked that. But
yeah,
I
that's literally
Rashawn Slater too.
That was my exact thought, because I was like, you know what? Safety blanket, we have him, and then if we don't need him, then he's an asset to trade away. Yeah.
Because then you got a rookie deal, rookie contract. There's so many teams that would take that trade that would give him multiple first rounders. Maybe not multiple, but a first rounder, maybe a few seconds and thirds. Okay, right now, everyone in Denver is shitting their pants. They're angry. They thought, oh my God, Trey Lance is here. Oh my God, there you got a quarterback. All right, Marissa, it's pick number 9. Are the Broncos going with Jones?
No.
Who are they going with?
I had them taking Rashawn Slater.
They already have a pretty solid O-line, so I'm very interested to hear this argument.
I think that they could build depth. I don't think they go Mac Jones.
But their defense needs help. Their defense is a lot of. They got Kyle Fuller. I would have gone Micah Parsons. I would have gone Patrick Surtain, because Kyle Fuller, I believe, is only on a 1 or 2 year deal. So I would have them getting a young guy that could learn under Fuller and then fill in. So that way they don't have to pay Fuller. But
right.
I mean, there's no elite O-lines really anymore in the NFL. I mean, you have Indianapolis, Dallas still, I think. But I'm not mad at your pick. You could always use a good tackle. I'm not going to lie to you.
I think it wouldn't go to waste.
But I do like that pick, because now the Chargers, you get a really good corner. You got a Patrick Surtain. You got a J.C. Horn. You got that kid from Virginia Tech. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. In the next mock draft we do, I don't know if you want to do another one after this, but maybe we should say, I think we should do one more after this, just because I want to do one with trades. We'll go crazy. We'll do one with trades.
Okay.
Dallas is going to trade up to get Kyle Pitts. I firmly believe that. They are going to make a trade with Cincinnati. They're going to give up a bunch of picks, and they're going to trade for Kyle Pitts, because I think that's literally how low they have to go. Because I think if they get to the 3rd pick in the draft, right, and San Francisco dumbly picks Mac Jones, Atlanta's going to trade that pick. They're going to get an offer they can't refuse, because then Justin Fields is still on the board. Trey Lance is still on the board. They're going to trade back. The only other team that I think could take Kyle Pitts would be Cincinnati. So actually, never mind. I think they're going to get on the phone with the Lions, right, or the Panthers, because I think I think Pitts. No, they had to get on the phone with Cincinnati, because I think Miami would definitely take Kyle Pitts if he drops. So they had to get on the phone with Cincinnati. So now this leaves me with, what is Dallas going to get? Their defense has been atrocious. I know Jerry Jones wants something more flashy. I have them going with that kid, J.C. Horn. They need defensive help. So I'm having them go for J.C. Horn, who Richard Sherman called the only guaranteed hit as a corner in this draft. So I have them Cowboys getting better at defense. So maybe Dak won't have to score 50 points a game. Keep them competitive. All right, you got the Giants.
Okay. So, I have the Giants taking an edge.
Ooh. I haven't seen an edge in the top 10. Or top 15.
Well, yeah. Well,
is it the kid from Michigan?
Azeez Ojulari.
Azeez Ojulari. What school is he from?
That's a good question.
Because there was an edge from Michigan I've been hearing hype about. His name's Azeez what?
Ojulari.
Jalari?
Yeah. He's from Georgia. Who's the guy from Michigan?
There's an edge from Michigan. I got to look. See that again. I also don't go past the top 15. But there's an edge in Michigan that got a little buzz. Okay, my internet is crap. But that's good, because I am terrible. Remember the guy, the Giants did just lose an edge. They did just lose an edge. So I think that's a great, I mean, they're not getting a receiver. They're already stacked at receiver. They got Evan Ingram. They got Kenny G. They got, who do they still got? Okay. They got good receivers. That's all I know. And then you get Saquon Barkley back. They could definitely use a tackle, but I mean, That defense is good. To be honest, I think the Giants and the Washington football team should be favored to win this division. I think Dallas's defense is so atrocious, but I still think this is going to be a tougher division this year. I still think they're going to be the worst in football, but it's going to be better. I think you might have a winning team win the division this year. I know, crazy concept. Okay. The Eagles. Now, we know the Eagles cannot draft receiver for crap. They were ranked 31st in the last decade in terms of drafting receivers. And I'm pulling up his name because I know it's something Smith. I don't know if I always say Devonta Smith, but it doesn't sound right.
I think it is. Wait.
I always get his name wrong.
I believe.
Yeah, Devonta. I was right. Devonta Smith.
Yeah.
They go for the young rookie Devonta Smith. They have that young rookie stud in there. They still got Emmanuel Sanders, who I think is a really good running back. It's got a decent O-line. Their defense is pretty good, actually. And now Jalen Hurts has a weapon because Lord knows that Eagles wide receiver core is trash. To be honest, I think Carson Wentz is going to do so much better in Indianapolis now because looking at the dysfunction and the lack of weapons. Dude, how do you not have weapons anymore? It's the NFL. There's so many stud receivers out there.
We got to get it together.
They have a burner. He's not going to be aggressive. He's not going to be a possession guy, but you have a burner in Devonta Smith.
Okay.
Marissa,
now.
The top 2 tackles are gone. Who am I bolts picking?
So, again, this is no trades. So this is assuming they didn't trade it for Penei Sewell.
Because I would either trade it if Penei Sewell fell to the Lions, I would have traded up to get him. If Penei Sewell's gone, and I don't think Rashawn Slater is going to fall really. If those 2 are gone, like if Penei Sewell goes at like I don't know, say they way back, right? If Penei Sewell goes to Carolina at 8, I would consider just getting Rashawn Slater. I think he might actually fall. If not, I mean, I like Christian Darrisaw, but I think you just fall back. I would get a second, like I said, maybe another second rounder, maybe a third, and just, get a tackle later in the first round.
I could see that.
And then you get 2 stud corners in that second round. Anyway, who the Bulls picking?
Assuming they stayed, I said Darrisaw too.
Christian Darrisaw. I don't hate the pick, by the way. I think he's still, he's the number 3. There is definitely a gap. I feel like it's Penei Sewell, generational tackle. And then you got, Rashawn Slater, who definitely looks like he's going to at least be a Pro Bowler. And then Christian Darrisaw, who's good, but,
right.
doesn't like pop off. I'm not great at evaluating offensive line talent. From what the experts say, I wouldn't mind that. Okay, Minnesota.
Okay.
They need line help.
Mm-hmm.
Their defense, I think, got better when acquiring Patrick Peterson, and they're going to be better this year. They played much better the second half of the year. Their defense kind of came together, and this division is not tough. When I say not tough, I mean not easy to win because you got to go through Aaron freaking Rodgers twice a year, but not tough in that your competition isn't great. Look, they're playing Jared Goff with no one to throw to, and they have the Bears with Andy Dalton, who are a very limited team, in my opinion. I honest to God think they would win more with Mitch Trubisky than Andy Dalton. Mitch Trubisky is more athletic, and Mitch Trubisky, you can win. Matt Nagy was winning with Mitch Trubisky. So I have the Minnesota Vikings getting the guard tackle hybrid Elijah Vera Tucker from USC.
Me too.
Right? We have a very similar.
Yeah.
Elijah Vera Tucker. All right. I think this was a lot more realistic than the mock draft we did last episode.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had a freaking I had Trey Lance not even in there. He's definitely gonna be in there.
We were down at like 13, 14 pick. You're like, Trey Lance is still there.
I was like, I think Denver. I should have had Denver taking them for sure. Denver would have totally taken Trey Lance. Okay. All right. Ready for mock draft? We're going mock draft 2.0, folks. 2.0.
Okay.
Heavy episode. And then we'll get into a Chargers segment, and then we'll be done. I'm sorry, folks. That's not a lot of like NFL news right now. That's not.
Yeah, there really isn't. It's just throwing out draft ideas left and right.
The only NFL news right now is freaking who did Deshaun Watson be creepy to today? That's the only NFL news.
Oh God.
Okay. So here's how it's gonna work. We're gonna reverse it. I'll get the evens, you get the odds. Top 14, okay? I am writing it all out right now.
Wait, you mean you get the odds, I get the evens?
Yes. We're flipping it up.
Okay.
We each get one trade.
Oh, okay.
Marissa,
okay.
I will give you the first trade. Who is trading? And you have to say how many picks or players they would give up to get that.
Okay, let's see here.
I think Atlanta is a trade partner. I think Atlanta and Cincinnati, I would look at them in terms of potential trade partners. And Denver still needs a
Yeah, I think I would go with the trade that we talked about not too long ago. Dallas trading up for Kyle Pitts.
Ooh. What position are they going to go to? Are they going to go to 4 in case Atlanta doesn't give a quarterback, or are they going to 5?
They're going to 4.
They're going. Wow, Jerry's breaking the bank. 4. Okay.
Jerry spent some time away from the strip clubs. He has money to spare today.
He just doesn't give a fuck about defense anymore. It's like, nah, we're gonna
doesn't give a
we're gonna have the number 1 offense, number 32 ranked defense.
Because why not? Because why not?
I would watch the Cowboys every freaking week if they had Kyle Pitts.
Would that be so fun?
That's a first. I would draft him first round in my fantasy league. I'm in a keeper league. I would draft Kyle Pitts first freaking round if he went to Dallas. My God, and Dak Prescott would be round 2.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That would be so fucking cool.
That would be stupid stacked. I mean, they're gonna go 6-11 because their defense is gonna give up 1,000 points a game. But still, I mean, that's just amazing. Okay, what are they going to give up? Are they going to give up a player, or are they going to give up draft cap, or both?
We're going to give up draft capital.
How many?
Okay.
Okay, so obviously Atlanta goes to 10. They're going to switch picks. That's the first one. We're going to go to 10.
Yeah.
And man, that's 6 spots.
Yeah, that's I'm trying to.
That's at least a first rounder, a second rounder this year, and then next year, I think Atlanta's going to get another. I think they get another first and another second, and then potentially a few thirds or fourth.
Fuck, this is so fucked up.
Dude, they're giving up their future. They're mortgaging their future. Jerry Jones is a hard.
Kyle Pitts.
That's at least 2 first rounders, in my opinion, and multiple second rounders.
I could see that. You know what? Yeah, they're going all in on Kyle Pitts. They're giving away basically the whole future for Kyle Pitts. But wouldn't it be fun to watch though?
That'd be a great. Okay, so can I give you the value I would say? They give up a 2020 because the only thing Dallas would have to trade would be receiving talent. And I'm sorry, Atlanta has an abundance of receiving talent. That's not what they need. And they clearly they don't have a lot of defense to give either. So they're giving up a first rounder, 2020. They're giving up a first, their second, and their fourth this year. And next year they gave up a first, a third, and a fourth. So they're giving up 6 picks to get Kyle Pitts.
Shit.
Okay. Can I make my trade now?
Yeah.
Cincinnati is about to have a freaking payday.
Okay.
Because while I'm thinking, old Bill Belichick, man, when he like to move up. I know the Patriot way. They will ball out.
Belichick.
They balled out, quote unquote, but I think they paid really good money. They didn't get too extravagant. They paid good money for good players. They didn't ball out. Who else needs a quarterback? Chicago, they're not moving up. They're still haunted by fucking Trubisky, right? They're not even close. They're going to tank with Andy and get a better pick next year. Okay? Denver is in the prime place to trade up. Denver needs a quarterback because right now in their division, Patrick Mahomes, best quarterback in the NFL. Justin Herbert, PFF, 9th, a rookie behind the 32nd ranked offensive line. He gets a coaching upgrade, an offensive line upgrade. and he's a 4.0 biology major. He doesn't go clubbing. He rides birds with his boys. Herbert has potential to be a top 5 quarterback this freaking year. Okay, that's 2 top 5 quarterbacks.
Okay.
Derek Carr, top 12. I think he's top 10. He saves the Raiders from being completely irrelevant. Drew Lock. Drew Lock's not even top 20, boy. Not even top 20. He had the worst completion percentage in the NFL. That roster is so talented. They have Melvin Gordon in the backfield, who's a solid back. They have Noah Fant. They have Jerry Jeudy. They have and Cortland Sutton. They have a very talented offense. Young, too. They need a quarterback. So I have Denver.
Okay.
The Broncos trading from number 9.
Okay.
And by the way, Cincinnati should take this deal because while you might not get, they could still, I think they get Penei Sewell if they drop to number 9. Because the only other team that would need a tackle would be Carolina, and they might not even take Penei Sewell. So they can get, and they get Rashawn Slater too, who I think fits their system better. So Cincinnati gets traded with Denver, who moves to the number 5 spot.
Okay.
And what does Denver give up? Okay, I'm looking at Cincinnati. They do need a little bit of defensive help.
Mm-hmm.
I think Denver gives up one of their I can't see them giving up players. I think they give up. What else could Cincinnati could use a receiver?
Okay,
it's gonna sound crazy. The Denver Broncos. This give up a 2020 3rd round, 4th round, a 2021 1st round, and wide receiver Cortland Sutton to the Cincinnati Bengals. Because now, no, hear me out. Now they replace AJ Green, and now they can get an elite left tackle. That's a way better deal than just getting a tackle. So now,
that's true.
The Bengals have Cortland Sutton, the 9th pick, an extra 3rd and extra 4th in a 1st round. You think I'm crazy, but this is such a quarterback-heavy draft. Now, granted, they're only dropping 4 spots, but Denver would pay that price. You know, if Dallas trades with Atlanta, they know they're not getting another quarterback. Multiple teams are going to offer, so they're going to need to bump up their offer. New England is going to bet, I guarantee you, and the fucking Bears are definitely going to. So, Denver. So those are our 2 trades. So now let me read out the draft order. You have the Jags, the Jets, the 49ers, and then 4th and 5th picks got traded. You have the Cowboys, the Broncos, and then you have Miami, the Lions, Carolina, the Giants, the Eagles, the Chargers, and Minnesota. Also, I would like to point out now that the NFC East has 3 of their 4 teams in the top 12 picks. And if one team didn't have to go to the playoffs, would all be in the top 15.
Yeah.
That division is a joke. And meanwhile, the NFC West exists, and that's just not fair to anybody. Sorry, Cardinals fans, you're in the toughest division in football. All right. This will go fast. I don't explain as much. Number 1, Trevor Lawrence. Need I say more? Okay, you're on the board, Marissa. Who are the Jets taking?
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. All right, San Francisco, I want to troll you so hard and take Mac Jones. I'm going to mix it up this draft, though.
It's back.
I think the 49ers go for the higher ceiling. Jimmy G's going to play a few games, so they're not going to have to rush him in. I have the 49ers taking Kevin Moon. No, I'm kidding. I have them taking.
Whoa, wait a minute. That's not where I thought.
Trey Lance. I have them taking Trey Lance.
Yeah, okay. That's good. I like that.
Okay. How about them Cowboys?
Okay.
Traded up to 4.
The Cowboy. Yeah, they're getting Kyle Pitts because we're living the dream.
What if Dallas doesn't trade down high enough that they go to 5 and Atlanta says, fuck it, we're gonna take Kyle Pitts, and they're sitting at 5. They're like, we can't get Penei Sewell. We're gonna get a left tackle under contract. Who the fuck are we gonna get it for? They're gonna get Jamar Chase. Dallas is gonna have another. They're gonna have the most elite receiving. They already have a great. They're gonna have the most elite receiving group of all time. You imagine
Cowboys to the moon.
Jamar Chase, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup. Those are 3 ones in my opinion. And then who's the kid they drafted last year? Judy went to the Broncos.
Fuck.
It wasn't Henry Ruggs. Let me Google it.
Yeah, look this up.
He was good for him. CeeDee Lamb. They got dude. CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, Michael Gallup. They can't even start them all on the field. They'd have to go spread offense 5 wide every freaking play. You can't get all that talent on the field. That's insane. That's still even look at CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup, who are all number 1 receivers. Then you get Kyle Pitts. Who are you covering? Yeah. The Chargers have to play Dallas, and I would talk to Herbert like, all right, here, buddy, you're going to have to score 50 points today because there's no way. No way. They would. Dude, they got to give Joey Bosa some amphetamines. Be like, dude, go sack. Go twist his ankle. Bro.
Yeah.
You gotta injure Dak Prescott. That's gonna be a rough game. We're gonna win, but it's gonna be like every Dallas game.
It's gonna be a real dirty win.
Every Dallas game, bet the over. That's all I'm saying. Bet the freaking over. They're gonna be in shootouts, and they're gonna have the artillery for it. Okay.
Fuck. Wait. So where are we at now?
Denver, baby.
Oh, we're at Denver right now.
Okay. So I already think the AFC West is the best quarterback division in the NFL. I know the NFC West is pretty good because you got Russell, you got Matty Stafford, you got Kyler Murray, but now the AFC West is officially the best quarterback division in football because the Denver Broncos, unfortunately, I really pray to God this doesn't happen. They take Justin Fields.
Oh,
I'd rather play Drew Lock twice a year than Justin freaking Fields. The man ran a 4.44, and he had abs of steel, and he can absolutely sling the ball. Good luck. I think it's going to be a carousel of people winning that division.
Yeah.
Good luck competing in that division. My God.
Okay.
You got Miami.
Got Miami.
Come on. You know who they're picking.
I said Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. That's what I would pick too, Jamar Chase.
Okay. I was like, wait. Yeah, Jamar Chase, obviously.
Their defense is absolutely stacked, and now you have an elite receiving core. It goes from good to great. Jamar Chase. Okay.
Yep.
I got the Lions at 7. They need a receiver.
Yeah.
They go Jalen Waddle. They absolutely need a receiver. They have no one to throw out there. All right. Carolina. Sammy Darns. A good defense, Sammy Darnold, and pretty good receiving weapons. What are they picking up?
Okay, fuck. Okay, wait. Who did you say took Trey Lance? Because I had in my who?
49ers took Trey Lance.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay,
Mac Jones is on the board.
Mac Jones is still on the fucking board. Okay, yeah, because I in my original draft I had them taking Trey Lance. Fuck. Okay, so Mac Jones is still on the board. Justin Fields is gone. Wait, Zach Wilson is still on the board?
No, he went to the Jets.
Oh yeah, duh.
That's automatic. Lawrence and Wilson. We should have just started at 3 and beyond. We didn't know who the first was going to be. Come on now. There's no mystery behind that.
You know what? What if they fucking did take Mac Jones at this point, though?
No, I don't like the pick. Marissa, they're not. They just got Sam Darnold.
No. I don't want them picking Mac Jones.
They're not taking.
No, absolutely not.
Fucking crazy.
Fuck. Okay, wait. Who the fuck is still available?
Okay, their needs are tackle. They have a good receiving core, and they don't have a great. They have a good, not great cornerback room. So right now, their top needs are corner and line.
Okay.
And you have a generational talent still on the board.
I'm trying to look at who the fuck is still on the board. I feel like that's where the fuck. Okay, hold on. A lot of good
receivers. No corners have been taken, and no tackles have been taken at this point.
Wait, Penei Sewell's still on the board?
Yeah, he's on the board. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah, fucking Penei Sewell.
Yeah,
I
I
was
think.
trying to go back. I have like my original notes, so I can't see like who the fuck is still here. Okay. Yeah,
See, I could
Peaceful.
totally see Rashawn Slater falling. Totally, I could totally see that just because
Yeah.
I think Penei Sewell could easily drop to this point if Cincinnati traded or didn't take him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see him getting past Carolina. There's no way he gets by. They need a left tackle. Now you get Sam Darnold. He has a good old line now. He has great receiving options and a decent defense. He has a shot now, and now Carolina's roster is looking damn good, and they could easily do very well in that division. The Saints are descending, and Atlanta has no defense still. So, I mean, minus the Bucks, it's a similar situation to the Vikings. There's a clear cut number. They could easily be the clear cut number 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so the Bengals. At this point, the top 2 receiving talents are off the board. There is no tackle, no tight end on the board. They need a tackle. I'm sorry, Bolts fans. They're taking Rashawn Slater.
Okay.
I actually, in most mocks, I see them taking Rashawn Slater over Penei Sewell. I actually think they like Rashawn Slater a little better.
I had them taking Rashawn Slater.
Okay. Atlanta traded back.
Okay, we traded back now.
Also, the reason I picked a tackle is because now they have Cortland Sutton on that team. And I'm picking him up in my fantasy because Cortland Sutton and Joe Burrow, it's a great combination.
Let me see here.
Number 10. If I'm being honest, I was
Atlanta.
Is the
Falcons.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I was Atlanta, I'd even trade back even further because they need defense. They could easily get a really
That's
good
kind of what player. I'm looking at here.
I would trade back to like 16 or 17 because there might be, a team. I mean, there's not really players I think people would trade up for at this point because the receivers are still good. You can still get Devonta Smith. You could still get, Elijah Vera Tuckett, Christian Darrisaw. Defense, you could get a stud. You could get Micah Parsons. You could get, Patrick Surtain. J.C. Horn.
That's right.
By the way, if you ask me, Atlanta's needs defense, not even a specific position. I think minus nose tackle, their entire defense.
I agree. You know what? Let's go Micah Parsons.
I like that pick.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, there's still so much cornerback talent out there. Casey Hayward is still out there. Richard Sherman, who will come to the Chargers after the draft, I am manifesting into existence, still on the board. And Mel Ingram, who has not been successful in free agency, they could easily pick him up. This defense could get good very quickly. Unfortunately, I don't know Atlanta's cap situation, so I don't know if they have the money to get him. But I love Micah Parsons. You have a young linebacker to kind of lead this unit. I love the pick. Okay, my turn. The Giants. They really need a tackle, but the top 2 are off the board. They don't need receiver. Their running back's great. Their front 7, decent. You know what? In the NFL, there's 2 positions on defense that really matter. Edge and corner. The NFL is less linebacker-centric. It's less nose tackle-centric.
I had the Giants taking an edge.
I think they're going to go corner and make that defense elite. Here's why. I'm looking around in the division. Do you see one great defense in that division? Maybe the Washington football team. Sorry, scratch that. There's one great defense in that division, the Washington football team.
That's it.
Okay. Look around the division. There's one great defense in that entire division, the Washington football team. The Eagles, good, not great. Dallas, non-existent. And then I look at their schedule this year. They're playing the AFC West. Kansas City's a top 15, maybe. They lost a few pieces. The Chargers, I think, are probably the toughest division in the West with Brandon Staley, and I think they make moves in the draft. Oakland's non-existent. Denver's defense is still rebuilding. Meaning, they're going to need help against some powerful offenses because they have to go against Derek Carr, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, and say what you want about Drew Lock. He puts points on the board. I have the New York Giants taking J.C. Horn.
Okay. I like that.
I don't know their needs specifically. I know they need a tackle, but Rashawn Slater and Penei Sewell just got off the board.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could have seen them getting Elijah Vera Tucker. I could have seen them getting a Christian Darrisaw. But, man, that defense will be locked down. And I don't think they need much help on offense, to be honest. Their offense, I think, is fine.
Okay. I had the Eagles taking J.C. Horn before that.
Okay, that'd be good.
So let's see.
But keep in mind, they have no receivers right now. They have
right.
no one at receiver.
Okay, you know what? Hold. Wait, did I already deal away Micah Parsons? I did, right?
Yeah. You had him go to Atlanta.
Okay. You know what? We hold. Who the fuck? Okay. Wait. Is Devonta Smith still available?
Yep.
Okay, fucking Devonta Smith. Fuck it.
All right, Devonta Smith is off the board. Okay. I would love right now for the Chargers to trade back. You have the top 2 and potentially the top 3 tackles off the board because the Giants might have taken Christian Darrisaw. I think if those 3 were off the board, you absolutely have to trade back. Like either you trade up to get Sewell or you get Christian Darrisaw would be like the last tackle I would settle on. But if they're gone, trade back, get another second rounder, get loaded at corner with 2 second-round picks, and then you have a first rounder. You can go get one of these other tackles in the back half of the draft. There is a stud right now at corner. The Chargers right now are a good second string away from being legitimate contenders. Not Super Bowl contenders, mind you, but legitimate contender. Just because you're in the first year of a coaching system, I think it's very difficult to get to a Super Bowl that way.
Yeah.
Because you already have a stud at quarterback, you have great weapons, and a very much improved O-line. And Herbert made it work with the 32nd O-line. This O-line, even without an elite left tackle, is going to be at least, I think, top 15. I can hope. And with that, Herbert is going to sling it more. And here's what I was thinking too. With a better O-line, a lot of these deep threat players, which the Chargers have 3 studs at the deep threat. You have Jalen Guyton. You have Mike Williams, who I looked it up. Hold on, let me pull up Mike Williams' stat line. And I know it seems like he didn't do anything. Keep in mind, he missed a few games. Here's his stat line. 48 receptions, but 756 yards on 48 receptions. He was 250 yards shy of 1,000, and at that pace, he probably would have been around 60 receptions. Most guys get to 1,000 yards, need around 70 to 80. He was getting there around 60. So he's a beast at the deep threat position. Mike Williams, while we draft him a little too high, still produces. And you give Herbert time, I swear, every time Herbert had any amount of time, he found a guy deep. Swear to God. You have Tyron Johnson, Jalen Guyton, and Mike Williams, all speed burners. Mike Williams can literally jump 50 feet in the air. He seems to do it on every catch, even a short slant route. The line is already improved. Okay? Your offense was already a top 12, is now going to be easily a top 10. Last year, you know what the Chargers defense ranked? 23rd. This was projected to be one of the best defenses in the NFL, but Derwin James got hurt, and Gus Bradley's system doesn't work unless you have star corners. The Chargers absolutely need a stud corner, and I think you can get a great value tackle later in the draft. I think once you lose later and Penei Sewell. All the other tackles kind of jumbled together. However, right now, only one corner's off the board. So I think the Chargers are going to get the Alabama kid, Patrick Surtain III. Boom.
A third.
And now the Chargers have Derwin James, Michael Davis, who might not be the best coverage guy, but is a playmaker.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Surtain is their number one corner. And then I'm trying to remember the other dudes. We have another safety that we just re-signed. I forget his name, but he was promising. And now you have Joey Bosa. You have Uchenna Nwosu, who they did not utilize, but was a stud edge rusher. They gave him more edge rushers in the back of the draft. You have Linval Joseph. You have Kenneth Murray, who recorded the most sacks in Chargers history as a rookie. I'm sorry, most tackles as a rookie. You have a solid linebacker. Your secondary immediately gets boosted up, and you have a decent pass rush, which I think will be elevated by the Staley system. That defense now is a number one corner, and now second round, you can go tackle and guard, or you can go tackle and get another corner, or potentially a safety or an edge.
Gotcha.
Minnesota.
Elijah Vera Tucker.
Elijah Vera Tucker. All right. I liked that mock draft, and it felt, honestly, slightly more realistic because we know Dallas is going to be Dallas.
Yeah.
I don't think Denver will give up Cortland Sutton. I think they just give him more draft capital, but I was getting a little crazy. So now, let's look at the NFL after this. Now the Jets get Trey Lance, who they're, to be honest, I think they keep Jimmy G and they don't trade him if that's the case. They keep him for a year. Yeah. The Cowboys are now the most fun team to watch, who will go 6-11. They will break. Dak Prescott throws for 6,000 yards. They break every NFL record in terms of offense.
So
but they can't make the playoffs because they have no defense. Denver now makes the AFC West the toughest division in football because now there's 4 stud quarterbacks. Because I think Justin Fields in Denver with those weapons, with that line, with that good defense, I think is going to be very successful. And then Miami gives Tua some more firepower. He will either sink or swim. The Lions get more firepower for Jared Goff and Jalen Waddle. Carolina gets a steal at Penei Sewell at 8. It's a freaking steal, in my opinion. He's a generational talent. Cincinnati then gets a trade back. It's Cortland Sutton, a bunch of picks, and they still get a tackle, Rashawn Slater. Atlanta gets somewhat of a defense. They get Micah Parsons. The Giants get a great corner in J.C. Horn. The Eagles get a number one receiver in Devonta Smith. The Chargers defense looks threatening again, pending Derwin James' health. And Minnesota shores up their line with Elijah Vera Tucker. That was a great draft. Already an hour and 15 minutes in, but we got more.
That was such a fun draft to do.
That was I love doing mocks. It's so fun. There's going to be a trade tomorrow, and it's going to make us all look irrelevant, if I'm being honest. Okay. I need you to change the graphics at the bottom. We're going to play a game.
Oh, God.
It's going to be called Phil Yes, named after Phillip Rivers, or Norv Way, after, I believe, the Chargers' worst coach, Norv Turner. Worse because they let him run his course way too long. He ruined LT's career. Career, just saying. Also, I can't remember the last time the Chargers drafted a freaking tackle in the first round. That's insane, by the way. Yes, there we go. By the way, how insane is it? In my lifetime, I do not think the Chargers have drafted a tackle in the first round. Isn't that crazy?
Really?
We've not had an elite O-line since like 2008, 2009, and we yet to draft a tackle in the first round. I cannot remember the last time we drafted a tackle in the first round. I think that's nuts.
That's crazy.
Maybe in like one of those years when I was younger, I can't remember, but like I remember our last first rounds were, I think we got who we drafted? We got Kenneth Murray, Justin Herbert, which I think both were hits. Then you had Jerry Tillery. And then, I think it's been 5-6 years since we drafted a tackle. I actually hope as long as it's a corner or a tackle, I'll be happy. As long as if it's Sewell, if we trade it for Sewell, Rashawn Slater falls to us, I don't mind Christian Darrisaw. I think he's great. I think he's the top of kind of like that pool. Elijah Vera Tucker would be good too because he's very versatile, and Lord knows we're gonna have at least 1 or 2 linemen go down because it's the fucking Chargers. So I wouldn't mind if we get a tackle, or if one of those stud corners is available, go for it.
Yeah.
So I was looking at the Chargers, and Marissa, I'm gonna make some statements. Okay. Phil yes or Norv Way?
I hate it so much.
This is all the if most of the line stays healthy.
Okay.
The Chargers get a solution, not the best. They don't need to get Penesul. Get a solution at left tackle. This O-line was ranked 32nd according to Pro Football Focus. This line, easily a top 15, as it is. That means Justin Herbert will have more time and there'll be more running lanes for Austin Ekeler. So this is the statement I'm going to make. Okay. Justin Herbert, behind this offensive line, will have an MVP season.
Phil, yes.
Austin Ekeler will be a top 5 running back in the NFL, have a year like Alvin Kamara had last year behind this great O-line. This is if he stays healthy.
Yeah. Phil, yes.
Jalen. What?
Sorry. I was going to say I could see that.
With more time to throw the ball, Justin Herbert will find more deep threats. We know Keenan Allen's 1. We know Mike Williams is 2. Will either Jalen Guyton or Tyron Johnson emerge as a solid number 3 option?
Potentially, so I'll say Phil, yes.
Can I define number 3 option for you? Can I define number 3 option for you?
Yeah.
Dallas has a solid number 3 option. Amari Cooper, Gallup, CeeDee Lamb.
Okay.
So I'm talking, let me even put it this way. With that increased production, will either Jalen Guyton or Tyron Johnson have more than 40 catches and 700 yards? Will either of those guys hit that number? 40 plus catches and 700 plus yards.
I don't know.
They'll probably get 800 yards off of 10 catches, knowing Justin Herbert. You don't see those guys all game and they'll catch a 50-yarder.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. You gotta give me a Norv Way or a Phil yes.
Oh my God, Norv Way.
Okay, there we go. Assuming the Chargers, let's say, okay, no free agents, right?
Okay.
And the Chargers are most likely projected to get a tackle.
Okay.
So they will probably spend their second and one of their thirds on a corner. Okay. So with 2 or 3 rookie cornerbacks, no other players added. You look at this defense now. Last year, this defense relied on Gus Bradley's system, which was similar to Seattle's. Seattle relied on very basic defenses, but the emphasis of their defense was their cornerbacks because they had an insane cornerback room. Now, the Chargers 2 years ago had a great defense simply because Derwin James was healthy and, they had Hayward in his prime and they had all these. Okay. So Gus Bradley's system didn't really work this year. They're the 23rd ranked defense according to Pro Football Focus. Now, if Derwin James stays healthy, because that's the big if here, James stays healthy, with Staley's scheming system, will the Chargers have a top 10 defense in 2021?
Phil, yes.
Okay.
I like Staley a lot.
I do. At first, I was like, who the hell is this guy? But he turned the 19th ranked defense into the number 1 ranked defense in a year. Now, you take the Chargers, I believe, had more talent than the Rams did back then, minus Jalen Ramsey. And now you give him, Derwin James, Joey Bosa.
Yeah.
What could he do? If he makes that 23rd ranked defense to the number 5, we're winning some games, boys and girls. Okay. So the Chargers this year feel like the Browns did last year. An extremely talented offense, a good young coach, but a very limited secondary. So my prediction for the Chargers this year is they go 11-6 and win one playoff game. They get to the divisional round. That's my prediction. I don't know what happens then or there. We'll see. Do you agree with that statement? They're similar to the Browns last year, where they have a limited secondary, but a very talented pass rush and a very talented offense and a promising young coach. Do you think that is what will happen, or do you think they won't make the playoffs? Do you think they'll go further?
I think you have a solid prediction. I don't think it's too much, but I do definitely think that they can get there. So I agree with that, Phil. Yes.
Chargers fans, next year is going to be insane. I'm telling you. Here's why. Staley will draft, or Telesco will draft a lot of young corners. You give them a year to develop. Next year, Chargers will still have a lot of cap space because Herbert's on his rookie deal, and you'll have a lot of veteran corners whose contracts are up. Now that they took care of the O-line, right? That's taken care of. Now they can go get an elite corner and another receiver just because of it. Probably it's going to be Emmanuel Sanders probably because that guy's on a different team every year. The Chargers now have elite receiver core and elite secondary. That's when we make our run. You have Herbert finally with a second year in a system. That's when we make our run. And also, Mahomes' contract puts a bigger damper on the Kansas City Chiefs, so they have to let go of some players. Net 2022, the Chargers win the division and compete. 2023, the Chargers compete for the Lombardi Trophy and win the division. This year, they sneak in as a wild card. Okay, I got a few more statements.
Okay.
All right, okay, I kind of combined that one. If Penei Sewell drops to the Detroit Lions, the Chargers must trade up.
Phil, yes. Absolutely.
Glad you said that. Okay. I think that might have been it. Okay. That was it for Phil. For Phil, yes, from Norway. Sorry, I thought I had more, but I think that was about it.
Those are good ones, though. I liked those.
Yes.
I'll have next time. I should come up with some Niner ones.
Yes, time. I will. You got to come up with clever names, though.
Yeah, I'll think of something.
Shannon, no, that's too much for
Shannon, no.
No, Robert Sia. Oh no, Robert Sia.
No.
Or you can be like, that's Jimmy G.
It's Jimmy G, Gucci G.
Okay. Before we go, I want to do one more segment on the Chargers. I want to look at this defense.
Okay.
Which I believe is the glaring problem with this team. Well, I always freaking forget who the Chargers picked up. I'm going to write it down right now just so I can remember. Kyler Fackrell. There we go. Hold on, I'm just trying to write down all we only signed 2 free agents on defense.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, I remember the guy. Yeah, wait, hold on. Okay. I'm gonna do a quick deep dive into the Chargers defense right now. So I want to go over kind of the roster we got going right now. So right now, in terms of our edge rushers, we got Kyler Fackrell from the Giants, who I've talked to a few Giants fans. He's legit. He's a solid player. He's not going to be like a Chase Young crazy getting a lot of sacks, but he seems like he's a guy who's going to at least give you 6 to 8 sacks here and be a baller. He recorded 10 sacks just 2 years ago. I think he was injured for a few games this year. I think he only played 5 games for the Giants this year, but I've heard he is a baller. And then you have Linval Joseph, who I think was one of the best pickups we got last year. While we were still weak to the run, he definitely made an impact. You have Jerry Tillery, who played better, but I think needs to take a much bigger leap to justify his drafting. And then, of course, you have Joey Bosa, who I think is the absolute, besides Derwin James, the centerpiece of this defense. Joey Bosa balled out last year. He showed why he deserved his contract. The game that stands out to me was that Buffalo game. He had like 2 or 3 sacks and was just an absolute animal. Okay, when it comes to the line, the number one goal in the draft is to get an edge that can free up space. You're going to get him in probably like the 3rd or 4th round. Get an edge that frees up space for Joey Bosa. He's getting double teamed consistently. And also, one thing that drove me freaking crazy about the Chargers was we have this guy named Uchenna Nwosu, who's an absolute stud of an edge rusher. He's number 42, and he was out in so many key moments in the game. He was rarely utilized. So I firmly believe that the Chargers need to draft another edge and utilize Uchenna Nwosu more. Because, man, you have Uchenna Nwosu, you have this Kyler Fackrell, you have Joey Bosa, you had another edge. Now you have a great pass rush. Mm-hmm. Now going to the linebacker core. You got Kyler Fackrell. He's an outside linebacker, so they're going to move him back and forth. And you have Kenneth Murray. Now, Kenneth Murray, some call him like a C draft process. I completely disagree. I think he was an A. He was a solid pickup in the draft, especially because we got him later in the 1st round. I think he makes an even bigger rush, and also he needs to be used in the blitz game more. But the guy looks like an absolute stud, an absolute cheat code. I think the Chargers linebacking core is very solid. I think it's kind of like the heart of our defense. I don't know the other linebackers. Sorry, linebackers is not a very sexy position anymore. Oh, yeah. Kaiser. I can't remember his name. If I click a different tab, it's gonna log me out. Can you still see me?
No, yeah, I can still see you.
Okay. Oh, this is God.
That's actually good to know.
Yes.
That if you switch tabs.
Kaiser White. Okay. And Drew Tranquill. Now, Drew Tranquill was legitimately hurt for most of the year. We're getting him back. He's an absolute stud. And Kaiser White has shown that he can be an absolute baller. So the Chargers have a very solid linebacking core. That has never been the problem. It's the fact we have a very weak defensive line in terms of like people can just rush right through it. We weren't able to generate that much of a pass rush because Joey Bosa was doing it on his own because Melvin Ingram was injured most of the time. And we got burnt over the top a lot because we do not have Derwin James. Now I look at the secondary, and this is where I have the most question marks. Nasir Adderley, solid, not a good player, but maybe Staley coaches him up. And that's the thing, scheme. There were so many times I saw Michael Davis on a one-on-one. There were so many times I saw Nasir Adderley getting beat because he was the only guy. Yeah. I firmly believe that the Chargers are going to understand they don't have the most elite secondary and, try to, give these guys some help. Maybe bump the receivers in the line of scrimmage and maybe do the double team because the scheme right now is not working. Gus Bradley's was not working. We do not have elite lockdown freaking – we have no one – we have no Jalen Ramsey. We can't just lock a guy on a Julio Jones or we can't lock a guy on a Tyreek Hill and expect that dude to be shut down the whole game.
Right.
Now, in all fairness, we played the Chiefs very well. So I have hope. I mean, if you can shut down the Chiefs, you can shut down everyone. But the Chiefs came back because of 2 late-round passes. So Staley needs to incite discipline in this defense because the Chargers are the best first-half defense in the NFL, okay? Lockdown defense. But the second half, they gave up leads. When they brought their corners back, they still got burnt. When they played conservative, they still got burnt. This is why I think Staley will keep the gas on the pedal. So Nasir Adderley, good, not great, but I think could make a jump. And listen, having to pick up the slack for not having Derwin James is going to be rough. Rashawn Jenkins was a good replacement, but he was no Derwin. Derwin James is a top 3 safety in the NFL. Now you have Derwin James picking up the slack. I think Nasir Adderley is going to take a big step, and I really think the 2 of them as a duo work well. It's kind of like Nick Foles in Philly. He's a great backup, but terrible starter. That's how I feel about Nasir Adderley. So, again, this all hinges. The big question for secondary, can Derwin James stay healthy? Now I go to Michael Davis, who is a baller, but I saw him get burnt so many times last year. I saw that name Davis way too many times on the back of jerseys. Can he make a step up? I really don't think he's a good outside corner. Now, when it comes to the short pass game, yes, he was an absolute dog. He is great in the short game, but he does not have the raw speed to be a great corner on the edge. So I'm going to look up the rest of the corners because those are like the most notable. And then, of course, you have Derwin James. Now, if Derwin James can stay healthy, pay that man all the money he can. But because guess where Jason Verrett, one of the best corners you ever drafted, is right now? He's with the 49ers, doing great and never injured.
Thriving.
Yes.
Thriving.
So now the Chargers also have Chris Harris Jr., who he's a veteran present. He's great. But again, he's a slot corner. He's not that lockdown corner. So that is why absolutely the Chargers need to draft a solid edge corner, someone who can keep up with speed in the NFL, and probably another slot corner. And man, we really need Richard Sherman. So that's kind of why I highlighted this defensive breakdown. Okay, the Chargers need an edge and corners bad. This secondary, there's no one on this secondary that intimidates me. Chris Harris is good. Michael Davis can make plays, and Derwin James is an absolute beast. But there are so many holes in this defense in terms of cornerback. Marissa, do you have anything to add? Is there any free agent corners you think the Chargers should go after besides good old Richard Sherman?
I mean, I think Richard Sherman is a solid fucking. And it's so crazy, like, because obviously there was a time, when he was a fucking Seahawk, and I was like, fuck Sherman, fuck all that. And then, once he's with the Niners, and like, oh, fucking love Sherman. So you hate to see him go. But I honestly think I can't think on the top of my head of somebody that would be a better pickup and a better fit. And I think he would do really well there.
I'm trying to look up available free agent cornerbacks. Okay, Byron Jones, I think he's already went to a team. Wait, this seems like last year. This says Chris Harris Jr., and I'm like, what?
I'm trying to look too here.
Okay, Kyle Fuller, he's been picked up. Darius Williams, I'm pretty sure they signed. They'll sign with, yeah. I really wanted to get Adoree Jackson. Brian Poole from the Jets is still available, but again, he's from the Jets, so I don't know about that, Chief.
Yeah.
Casey Hay. I'm so mad the Chargers didn't get Troy Hill from the Rams. That would have been such a. I mean, Brandon Staley, man, but he is 30 years old. He's a little older. Steven Nelson from the Steelers, I think would be I don't think he's your solution at corner, but he would be a great piece to add.
I think we're on like the same list.
Yeah,
because I see the names at the same time.
Richard Sherman at 19. I mean, I get he's older, but still. I think Sherman for 1 year just makes so much sense to me.
I do too.
And I don't want anyone from the freaking Falcons. Get out of here. And then AJ Bowie, I think AJ Bowie would be good. I've heard. I mean, we played Denver, so I know these guys. But so yeah, I really think the Chargers should go after a Steven Nelson. They probably get for really cheap, and then it's Richard Sherman. I mean, I just think signing Sherman makes so much more sense because
I agree.
I would not sign him to more than a year-long deal. But you get him for a year, you have to develop these guys, and then next year, you already got the tackle position taken care of. You can go get a really good corner in the first round. So anyway, that's all I have for this podcast. Anything else you want to add, Marissa? Any Giants, any 49ers talk you want to bring up?
I think that's pretty much it. Honestly, the only talk that Niners fans are really engaging in right now is just, I mean, let me bring it back. This is literally it. If you look anywhere, that's really anybody. That's all anybody's talking about right now. Like, just no Mac Jones, and specifically, please draft Justin Fields. But I literally, that's all anybody's focused on right now, because we're like, please do not fuck up this third pick. You fucking traded up for this. Don't fuck it up.
Don't be Trubisky. Don't get Trubisky.
Don't fuck it up. Go the safe, smart route, and that's pretty much it.
Okay, one more game before we leave. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna list one of the 3 available quarterbacks. You tell me. Is assuming they start all 17 games. These are rookie quarterbacks.
Okay.
Give me the 49ers win-loss. It's 17 games season now, so keep that in mind.
Okay.
Win-loss.
Okay.
Mac Jones. I wanted to go for the throw to me. Wait. Before you say, I'm gonna
Oh my
write mine
God.
down. I'm gonna write mine down, and you might not like it when I write it down.
Okay, this is 17 games, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
You're not gonna like the
I
record I
don't
wrote
fucking
down.
know. Oh no, I'm probably not gonna like the
You're not
record you
gonna like
wrote
the record I
down.
wrote down.
Uh, mm, fuck.
This is barring major injuries, by the way. Like Kittle's healthy and
Yeah,
Bosa's healthy.
yeah. Everybody's fine. Zaddy Bosa's healthy. Okay. You know what? It's crazy because I really haven't even thought about what this would look like. Like I haven't let myself get to the point where I'm like, what would this actually look like for them if they win
You know
this
what it
round?
would be? It would be Jimmy G, slightly less talent, but on the field more. That's what Mac
Exactly.
Jones is. Mac Jones is
I
Jimmy G. He's Jimmy fucking
exactly.
G. But without the training from the Patriot system, he's also way uglier than Jimmy G.
Yeah, I
Jimmy
was
G
gonna
probably
say
has a better
also way
body than him.
uglier. Jimmy's gorgeous, but he's not the
He
move.
needs to play a
Anyways,
quarterback in a movie. But he'd probably get hurt
that's
halfway through
exactly what he
shooting.
should do. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not gonna finish the movie because he got hurt halfway through shooting.
They had to shelve the movie. Okay, fuck. Okay. I don't know why I I
What's
feel
the
like I can't
record?
come with a legitimate answer because I don't know when you first said that this is so off and I don't think it would be this but when you first initially said that the first number that came into my head was fucking
What was the record? I'm gonna laugh if it matches mine or it's far below it.
I think it's gonna be far below it. I think it's gonna be far below it. Hold up.
What's the record?
Oh fuck.
Right now you're subtracting 17 from how
Yeah, I'm
a
subtracting.
very low number, I'm guessing.
This is so stupid.
Marissa, 17 minus 3 is 14.
You know what? You know what? I wasn't going that low. I was gonna say 6 and 11.
You're gonna hate mine. Wait, can you see that?
Oh my god.
Listen, Shanahan has a terrible record without Jimmy G. That's honest. He's not the genius I think everyone thinks.
I fucking love Kyle Shanahan.
Mac Jones has been in a system where he always has the best receivers and the best defense. Guess who he's going to?
Right.
A system with great receivers. You got Deebo Samuel. Who are you? I don't actually know. Deebo. Who do you guys have a receiver besides Deebo Samuel? I know you guys got Raheem Mostert, who's an absolute stud.
Yeah, fucking love Mostert. You know what? You know what though? I think it's so funny that it was literally fucking flipped.
Well, this defense, if it stays healthy, is so elite. Like, I'm sorry, they're not going 6-11 with Mac. Because, I mean, Mac Jones doesn't have to be elite. Like, Jimmy G was never elite. Jimmy G wasn't the reason they won games. It was running the ball and throwing it efficiently. The reason they were terrible last year is most of their team was hurt. Mac Jones is going to distribute the ball. He's gonna find the open guy. I mean, his first read's probably gonna be open because it's probably gonna be a dump off to Raheem Mostert or Deebo on a quick slant route. And then you got George Kittle, and you got a great defense. He's going from Alabama to Alabama. Oh, Brandon Ayuk, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Who'd you guys send to the page? Oh, I know. Okay, I remember. But you got Brandon Ayuk, who's promised. You got Deebo Samuel. You got Raheem. You have a talented roster. He's going from a great team to a great. So he'll be good. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He'll be good in that system.
That's what.
But when they have to pay him, if anything goes wrong, if anyone gets injured, they have to pay him. Then yes, they're going to be 6-11. But if everyone stays healthy, they're 11-6 and in the playoffs. I'm sorry that roster.
Oh my god!
All right, you're not going to like my answer for this one, probably. Trey Lance.
Hey.
Trey Lance.
Oh, Trey Lance. Okay.
Trey Lance.
Okay.
They're gonna draft Mac Jones, go 11-6. You're gonna call me and just screaming, "Fuck you!"
Crying.
She's gonna lose
Trey Lance. Trey Lance. I'm trying to think now because now is this Trey Lance all 17 games? Is what you're saying?
Yes, I'm saying every quarterback all 17 games.
Okay, and everybody's healthy.
Yes.
You know what? I'm gonna go 12-5.
You're not gonna like my answer at all. They miss the playoffs and go 8-9.
No!
This is a 17 game. This is a 17 game. Trey Lance from a smaller school. It's gonna look like Josh Allen in his first year. It's gonna look a lot like Josh Allen. It's gonna be messy.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
That's
but he's gonna show promise though. He's gonna be like, wow, this kid's a stud. I have the Niners. They start out 2-9. It's rough. There's questions. Guess what happens?
Everybody's like, what the fuck?
They finish 6-0. They finish 6-0. There's hope. And then next year, Trey Lance is a stud. He's a top 10 quarterback. But that's because it's going to be rough. He's transitioning into the NFL. I'm sorry, Mac Jones already played for an NFL team. It's called Alabama. All right. Put the graphic back up.
Woo! We're back.
In the third pick of the 2020 NFL Draft, the 49ers select Ohio State quarterback Justin Fields. All the morons who put Mac Jones in the third pick are fucking crying and shitting their pants.
How did you not know it was a joke?
Like the 49 fucking Shanahan smoking a cigar, like, can't believe these dumb fucks now we're taking Mac Jones. They make a bunch of dumbasses trade up to get fucking Mac Jones.
Shanahan smoking just some absolute gas on the side.
The Jags take Mac Jones first over. No, I'm kidding.
Oh God, can you imagine?
The NFL would fucking implode. Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna opt out of the season.
Justin Fields.
Okay, Justin Fields. You know what? Fuck it. We're going 14-3.
That's actually not far.
See? What did you say?
Hold on. It was the bottom one right there. 13-4.
Okay. Yeah.
Here's why. Justin Fields, I don't think will have Justin Herbert's arm or like his reading ability, but also Justin Herbert didn't have Kyle Shanahan, that offensive line and that defense. The 49ers taking Justin Fields will be like if Miami took Tua last year. I'm sorry, if Miami took Justin Herbert last year.
Right.
Justin Herbert on the freaking Miami Dolphins goes 14-2 with that defense and those weapons and Brian Flores as your coach. I mean, granted, I think Chargers have better offensive weapons, but defensively, Miami was better. Let's not even talk about the Chargers special teams. Miami's special teams was way better. Their defense was much better, and his offensive line was much better. So Justin Herbert probably would have gone 14-2 and like fucking won the Super Bowl. Justin Fields, the 49ers win this division. It sounds insane, to be honest, but I think people way overlook Justin Fields.
I think so too.
The dude can throw on the run. I've seen him make multiple reads. He made Clemson look like a freaking joke in that game. I think Justin Fields is the second best quarterback in this draft. I think it's gonna be him and Trevor Lawrence are gonna be the success stories. I think Zach Wilson, it's gonna be rough in New York. Sorry, Zach Wilson fans. And then Trey Lance, man, he's got to develop. I love him, but he's got to develop. Yeah. And I think a team's gonna rush him.
He'll be good once he develops, but he needs that time.
So I think Justin Fields. Okay, so I'm gonna go over it again. I was much higher on Mac Jones than you. I have him going 11-6.
But you gave a more realistic option though for the first two. That made more sense.
Yeah, and then I'm sorry, I had Trey Lance going 8-9. Great finish to the season, but rough at the beginning.
I could see that though.
He doesn't really fit Shanahan's system quite well. And then 13-4 because Justin Fields, this kid can ball. All right, Marissa, it's been an hour and 50 minutes. I have yet to shower after the gym. I stink.
Oh no!
I stink. And I got somewhere to go with my lady. We're gonna do a little late night beach run.
Oh, how fun! How fun!
Gonna get caught for streaking. It's gonna be a good
gonna get arrested. Gonna get arrested a couple hours.
If I want that getting arrested kind of love, you know what I mean?
That Bonnie and Clyde shit.
Absolutely.
Well, this is a really good episode. I liked it a lot.
I am digging this podcast format.
Me too.
I am digging this.
Like everything that's going on here, I love it.
Oh, also, I got into that program. I'm going to be going to New Jersey in like 5 or 6 months. So this is perfect for that. No, but
it is
perfect for that.
Yeah.
And when I'm in New Jersey, I can be like, yeah, I went to a Giants game. I got stabbed 5 times. By the way,
it's another day.
I was looking at the Chargers. I was like, okay, maybe I can catch them because they're playing the NFC East. Guess what their 2 home games are? Giants. What? The Giants and the Eagles, the 2 closest games to me.
Oh my God.
And they I think they play the Washington. I think I can go to the Washington game. No, never mind. Sorry. There are 2 home games with the Washington football team and the Giants. I think they play Dallas and the Eagles. So I'm gonna have to get murdered at a Philly game because I'm pretty sure if I wear this at a Philly game, I'm coming home. It's coming home red. It's coming home red.
You're done, so.
I'm just gonna mention the name Carson Wentz and get a bottle smashed across my head. And once they're beating Philly 28-14 with 2 minutes left, I'm gonna be like, yeah, Jalen Hurts, huh? He's the future.
Control the world.
Destroy me. Anyway, Marissa, this was a great podcast. Can't wait to discuss. I really hope the trades happen next time because I really want to update my mock draft.
Yeah, same. All right.
Should I do the outro?
Yeah, do the outro.
You're going to have to hang up the thing, by the way, because I don't know how to hang this up. This has been the Double Take Podcast. I've been Jordan.
You've been Jordan?
I'm terrible at outros. I'm Jordan.
Marissa. I was Marissa. You know, who knows who I'll be next week.
Don't forget to follow us on our social media. I'm at Juicy J Rod. It should be on my name. I'm pretty sure.
It'll all be linked down.
At the Juicy J Rod. So links in the bios for everything. Thank you guys for listening. I had a great time, and hopefully it's gonna be on YouTube.
Yeah.
What's up, YouTube? You get to see my messy face, my messed up camera, my messed up hair. And Justin, Daddy Justin, if you're listening, I'm wearing your clothes.
Ew. Reported, taken off a YouTube band. All right. Let me end this.